hit that like button, and hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell, and leave a comment to trigger YouTube's algorithm.
Ja Morant. I think right now, what's happening to Ja Morant is the same thing that happened to the Black Panthers when they decided to arm themselves, right? You had a couple of brothers who was getting educated and understanding the law as it was, and then they started taking advantage of what that law was and started arming themselves and this and that, and defending themselves against the would-be bigoted and or racist police officers, often referred to as pigs. And what did they do? They changed the law, right? And this is what's so crazy about it, because we'll sit on a panel with a Fantastic, with a Trigger Mike, any of these other kind of people, CJ, August Moore, all these different kind of people. We'll sit on a panel with them and like Fantastic and say, oh, you got to travel back 100 years. My nigga, that was in the 70s. Right? They was going through that in the 60s and 70s. You know how many people are still alive that was born then? Right? That's Generation X. That this was happening to. So then we have to argue with a Trigger Mike where he's trying to say, you know, well, we could build the Black Wall Streets again, and what do you think they're going to do the same thing? No, I just gave you an example of how they pencil whipped something out of people, right? They took what should have been a liberty of Black people and they took it away from them in order to prevent them from being able to protect themselves and or overthrow. And they didn't do it with force. They didn't run down on nobody. They didn't burn down no buildings. They didn't blow nothing up. They just took their pencil and said, law changed. That's simple. Now, I wanted to have this conversation, but y'all know I can't draw panels because people don't like maintaining the intellectual standard. But thankfully, my man, Gil, and his squad had this conversation because I absolutely feel like Ja Morant is being singled out. I believe that the reason why the NBA are going at Ja Morant the way that they're going at Ja Morant is for the same reason why the California lawmakers changed the laws on the Black Panthers as it pertains to carrying and openly carrying firearms, right? It's this whole thing about pushing this narrative of danger, danger, Black man with a gun, right? I don't know everything about every incident or maybe I do. Maybe I have heard about all the incidents and I can't run them off. I think he had an incident with a kid at a shoe store or something like that, or something happened. Then, of course, it was the incident when he was at the strip club, and then it was the incident when he was in his car, right? But in none of these situations, if I remember correctly, were they like violent episodes of him brandishing weapons in a threatening way, except for maybe the one with the kid at the shoe store. But we'll check on that as we move along. But let's jump. I don't want to take too much time, so I want to jump right in to the video. Shout out to everybody who is here. Everybody who is here. Appreciate all y'all. Kiki, what you doing? Come up here. Tell your boyfriend you will be right back. Empress Vibe, what's going on? TK in the building. What's popping with you? Thank you for this, Empress Vibe. Red Scorpio said Uncle Tom home burned down. You're not talking about our Uncle Tom, are you? He said he'll call me back. Let's see what's going on with that. You said yes. Oh, all right, he all right because he just said he gonna call me back. So I'm gonna try to continue on with the show. Y'all gotta forgive me, man. Shout out to my man C Rich in the building. What's good with you, brother? He said, great job, my brother. You and Cheeky ran Mr. Fantastic off the panel. Oh, that was one. Okay. Salute to you. Thank you, man, for supporting the stream, brother. As always, I appreciate you.
This my man. Give me head top, 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 top. Wait, mop.
Salute, man. Appreciate you for supporting the stream. Definitely. I think I got the links and stuff pinned to the top of the chat. If I'm a good host, like I think I am, I'll check it real quick. Well, damn, I don't think I do have the links pinned. That's crazy. I guess I'm not as good as I thought I was. Yeah, Empress Vibe, that sucks, man. TK said, to be fair, Ja's a dummy for keeping with the gunplay with money and career on the line. Yeah, but listen, you got to understand, man. I don't know why we've forgotten this, but prioritizing money over everything is not always good, bro. You know, I don't know how much money Ja has made. Maybe we can figure that out. How much money has Ja Morant made so far in his career? So in 2019, he signed a $39.6 million contract with the Grizzlies. His net worth, according to Clutch Points, it says net worth is $50 million. Another website says $50 million, right? So it says that his career earnings are projected at $230 million, right? And $230 million is more than $50 million. But bro, at what point do you say, you know what? Nah, y'all don't get to do me like this. He got more money than 99.9% of black people will ever have already. So what amount of money do you need? Like at some point, it's gonna be about what I feel, what I think, what I want. You don't get to target me in this way. You understand what I'm saying? Because they are definitely targeting this boy. And shout out to Gil because he made this argument to me brilliantly at one point in this video. We will see that as soon as I press play. Shout out to my man Thelonious in here with the super chat on the $5 side of the game. He said, peace. As much as it can have, brother. As much of it as I can have. All right, I clicked on the wrong button. So let's get it started, man. Listen, thoughts, prayers, positive energy, whatever you believe in, to my man Uncle T. Word around the campfire is that his house burned. You know, so that's a big deal. Accurate Slim said they're doing a fundraiser for Uncle Tom tonight at 8. Beanz, pop up if you can. Yeah, for sure. And y'all need to get them rich guys in there too, though. Get the Antons and the Angry Mans and all these guys. Get them over there too, man. Tell them guys to come over and show some love. I mean, we know the boy got insurance, but just for right now, like that scripture we looked at the other day in Ecclesiastic, money answer it for all things, so it's messed up. But let's jump into this. You heard me? Jersey, do me a favor.
Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell and leave a comment to trigger YouTube's algorithm.
Round 1.
A few hours later, Josh showed a blatant disregard for the league's warning during the Grizzlies' win against the Heat. Let's take a look. So after he hit this bucket in the first quarter.
First quarter, too.
He pulled out the celebration.
First quarter. Wow.
We got the screen grab, which is one of 2 times he did it in the game.
2 times.
Yeah.
No, listen.
Funny as hell.
NBA fined Morant $75,000
I said he got suspended.
for both gestures.
Is that what I said?
He got
They
suspended?
No, I said they should have suspended him.
So according to Shams, it hasn't escalated to that point, but obviously the league is known to do what the league's known to do. But as Memphis sports reporter Matt Enfield pointed out, this celebration is nothing new for Ja. We got some video.
Nothing new for anybody.
But he's done it several times over the past few weeks with no issue.
in my scope.
That was the big bazooka. I think that was in that Warriors game too with the Buddy Hield situation. Here against the Celtics.
That wasn't a finger gun, though.
So
that was a three-pointer.
You bought the beer at 12:30.
So you're just gonna point out all the times he's done it.
But just saying, done it with no issue.
Okay, that's fine.
League was fine, had no problem with it. And also point out that these former celebrations, common around the league. Other players have done it as well.
You see that?
You're the one who stopped.
Yeah. So, but in light of John's
Coming around the league,
starting to reconsider doing it, we have the video
Tried and
right here.
stopped.
So let's take a look at that video. Pistons guard Marcus Ashe.
Said, oh no.
Young Dallas boy.
He said,
Oh, wait. Oopsie.
so scary.
He got ready to do it, and then he pulled it back. Right, that kid there.
The gun shit, y'all better not be out doing. He forgot, like, oh shit, what is he looking at me? Oh shit, he saw me.
He loved the game.
He pulled it out, put it right back in. Oh,
What?
police coming.
He loved the game.
12.
My mama here.
He
But
put,
let's get back to Ja. Is the league unfairly targeting Ja Morant with the
Absolutely.
finger gun celebration?
yes.
They just finger guns, pew pew.
Are they? No, what you just say?
I said they're unfairly
Unfairly?
targeting Ja. Other
So how many
players,
other people didn't got in trouble for brandishing a firearm recently?
It was a noisy.
I have a question.
Mm.
That was a question.
It's a trap question, too.
No, that was a question. I'm waiting on the
It
answer.
was a bait question.
No, I'm waiting on the answer still.
Mm-hmm.
How many people have gotten in trouble for brandishing a firearm lately in the
Most
NBA?
recently, Ja Morant.
I said how many
Well,
other
I don't
people?
know.
I didn't ask you that.
Just chat
No other players presently.
Thank you.
You sure?
Because they
I
scared.
don't know.
Brandishing the firearm and when, therefore, no. Unfairly, no. Keep fucking with these people, man.
Yeah, keep fucking with these
Keep
people.
fucking. You're gonna find out the hard. Like, hey,
Yeah.
fuck around, find out, man.
So other people can do the finger gun
Yes.
celebration,
Yeah,
but Ja can't.
no, yeah, the same.
Because the
Yeah.
other people in there.
Okay, so I need y'all to pay attention. This nigga Kenyon Martin, right? He full of shit, right? He's another one of these full of shit ass niggas who just be talking, right? Just be saying the thing he think he's supposed to say and not actually thinking. You hear right now he's saying, yes, it's fair for them to say only you, Ja Morant, can't do the finger pointing. Everybody else can do the finger pointing. Everybody else can make gun gestures except for you. He just said, yes, it's okay for them to only do it to Ja Morant. So keep that in mind when it comes back.
Never got caught
Draymond
with a
Green,
gun.
habitual. You habitual at this point. So there's no difference in the behavior.
You've been.
If you punish one for one doing something, you gotta. So don't. So no.
Well, and obviously they're trying to make us they're trying to prove a point, and he's now like,
We can't do
I
finger
don't
guns,
care.
Elliot?
No, it's just like
Oh, you have to care because
just like the NFL. Just like the NFL took
We
CeeDee
saw-
Lamb.
I
Suspended
agree.
you
You
for-
should care,
We
but he
suspended you for
doesn't.
this.
So it's like, what do you?
Yeah, that's like the NFL took CeeDee Lamb celebration away, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because it
I
was.
mean, it seems
mentioned
very
in court.
childish, but you want to play childish games, like okay.
Yeah, and believe me, I don't disagree.
don't
If
need-
the league calls you, say, don't do whatever it is.
So
Yeah,
please
stop
don't.
doing that.
Just stop.
And you
it.
go out right in the first quarter and
Not
do it,
once,
then
but twice.
Then you go out and pume like yeah you all right okay
It's a 22.
all right jot this jot that all that shit okay cool
Yeah. I mean,
Do you feel like the league is
Oh, that's
unfairly
what he
targeting
said.
job?
yeah
And his
Yeah,
little
yeah,
tweets.
yeah,
Yeah, I seen
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Other
It's,
shows
just-
talking about.
it's starting to become like
You're playing victim.
It's a
It's-
weird.
I don't
It's so
know.
weird
it's
because
happened so long.
even the I can't even saw the crime. Even what he got in trouble
It's
for
not
Right,
crime.
it wasn't a crime.
wasn't
It was
something
just being
aggressive
dumb.
for the gun thing to really be an issue,
Yeah.
right? It's not like there was this altercation that happened like mine. There was an altercation in a locker room, right? Where it's like his stuff is he's in a nightclub enjoying himself and he shows it.
with a gun
In the,
public.
yeah,
He's on
in the,
Instagram
you know what I
Live
mean?
in his
In the strip
car.
club, right? There's nobody around. It's just him and the stripper, and he's doing that. And then he's in his car, right? Yeah, you can go out of your way and say, "Oh, this is wrong," and you do that. I don't see the.
The one in the car I agree yes absolutely but the one in the strip it just
Twice.
if you're gonna have it because
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is,
anything could happen that motherfucker fall next thing you do you
yeah, I get
bow,
the what.
bow, and it's
no,
just now
that's what
you got a
I'm saying. I get the
motherfucking body right
what if, but
Yeah,
because
it didn't
this,
happen but
because there's no, it's not like somebody reported. It's not like he got in trouble in the club. It's not
he
like
reported it
he got arrested or something. This
He
is just
reported
his own doing.
No,
It's his own doing. So it's like,
he told
having
on
a good
himself
time.
he told on himself
I know, but it's like what he's doing is
Right.
no different than somebody going to the gun store and the gun thing and they're showing pictures with guns.
We think about the Chris Kaman with the
Right,
double
so it's
hitters
not
back
like
in the day.
it's not like there's this
same.
aggressive thing that's
Not the
attached to it.
Well, no, I
right?
think he's
Like,
gotten
it
this,
is,
like
it is.
I think he's gotten this like self-sabotage.
Yeah, yeah,
tone
yeah. It's
now.
No,
so
Like
it's
you
like
keep doing this to
It's
yourself.
culture. It's the culture.
No,
Listen,
I'm just
job.
Before they get off into that argument, right? Even if you agree that it's self-sabotaging because of the fact you believe he's going to lose out on NBA contracts and sponsorships, the question asked was, is he being unfairly treated? Right? That's the question. Because I guarantee you that if we go through the history of the game, there's been more people who did some sort of. As a matter of fact, I think somebody in the NBA used to do some kind of like shotgun thing when they would hit a shot or something. I can't remember who it was, but the question is he unfairly being treated? Is he unfairly being targeted? That's the question. So it don't all this worrying about whether or not he gonna lose some money. What the fuck they got to do with anything? Damn. Did you niggas not learn nothing from Dave Chappelle? Y'all the same ones. If we talk about Dave Chappelle, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, man, Dave Chappelle, a real one, bro. I mean, he walked away from that 60 mil, bro. Woo, woo, woo. He stood on principle. And now you want to act like you don't understand a nigga saying, I'm gonna stand on principle. You not gonna unfairly target me. You not gonna make me your poster child for black men being some sort of threat with guns. Fuck y'all. Because even if he ain't saying it out loud, I think that's what John Morant is doing.
Morant is a victim of the culture. This is what is happening with the music. It's gun violence, right?
But
We're
there's-
trying to fight
There's
against
no
things.
violence though.
But listen,
Huh?
I know there's
And
not.
now- yeah,
No,
hold on,
I'm talking about-
whoa.
With
I'm
him.
talking about-
Memphis where he lives.
No, I'm talking about
fucking
with
Luke
him.
gun
I'm
violence
not.
is real.
No, I'm talking about his situation
Yeah,
itself.
yeah.
You can't just say gun violence and all. How is he using it?
Perception, Gil.
because of where he lives.
hip
Just
hop.
hear me out.
Let's just say hip hop.
Right, you say the younger generation looks up to Ja, right?
Mhm.
He sells shoes, right?
Mhm.
Where he lives
Young
in the
dog.
city of
Yo Gotti.
in Memphis, Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
They in a war.
It's turf war. The people dying daily out there.
I can't take that in consideration.
You have to.
You have to.
So
Gil.
if he's holding a gun up in the strip club, we're in the middle of a
Is it
game.
on anybody?
But it don't matter. It's the
It
perception.
does. Okay, so if he was in Texas, if he played for Dallas, that's good. You can carry guns, right?
but
And he
it's
go out there
still-
shooting hogs and doing that, that's fine.
He's hunting. Absolutely. It's legal.
He's not in the strip club dangling a gun.
I'm talking
like
about
it's
the
mama's
perception
gun. Like,
of this. Listen, of this well-known athlete
Mhm.
in this city where gun violence is prevalent, right? In Memphis, Tennessee, we got kids out here dying in the streets daily. People putting switches on guns, dudes drive-by shootings. All these things exist in this city where this particular guy plays.
Mhm.
These kids look up to him.
Okay.
They looking at it, he's glorifying. That's what they looking at it
the
as.
kids are doing
So
it now.
they're trying to nip it in the bud as much as they can for this particular city, this particular athlete that people are glorifying.
So you
Right?
can go out there and go hunting and do
Yes.
the same
That's
thing,
what
and
I
that's
was
But
about
fine.
the same
yes, it
thing.
is. But kids ain't dying in the street.
In Texas?
We talking about in Memphis, Tennessee, Gil.
You're penalizing me because of the city?
Yes.
So you can go out there and hunt and shoot shit. I get in trouble for laughing in my car.
No,
you
you
see how that
in
is.
public with a firearm.
And you're shooting
you want
wild
them to-
animals in the
You're in public with a
woods.
firearm shooting shit.
But you
Like you're literally endangering something because somebody can walk by and get shot by that.
No, that's not how hunting happens, bro.
Dude,
That's
what?
not. That's not.
That's
how
not hunting. That's
That's
not
not how it
hunting.
happens. People don't
So nobody
walk
got
by
shot
and get
from
shot.
So, Gil, so you have
Nobody got shot in hunting.
Are you not recognizing what I'm saying?
I'm recognizing what you're saying. I'm recognizing
Do you
you're
mean- do you-
using something
I'm using
that has nothing to do with how
fact.
he is portraying it.
This is a fact.
Well,
This nigga Kenyon Martin gets on my fucking nerves. He remind me of all these niggas that be on the panel. Just over talking. Won't let a motherfucker get a word in edgewise. Won't shut the fuck up. You want somebody to understand where you coming from, but you're not trying to understand where somebody else is coming from. Even if we understand exactly what you saying, the point is that it ain't fair. And the question was, is Ja Morant being treated unfairly? That was the actual question. So even if everything Kenyon Martin and motherfucking Rashad McCants is agreeing with him on, even if everything they saying is true, it still makes it unfair. It's unfair for you to tell me I can't do something that everybody else can do. And believe me, I'm a person who knows exactly what the fuck that feels like. All the shit I've been going through with YouTube. But they not addressing that part of it. Just by saying, you can't talk about, oh, I did this in the past. Because what I did in the past was not this in a game. What I did in the past was I was holding real guns. To your point, I was brandishing real guns. Now I'm just using my fingers in a gesture, and you trying to hold me to that based on me holding real guns? Get the fuck out of here. That shit ain't making no sense. You just want it to make sense because you want to tell Ja he wrong. And y'all some damn company men trying to get picked up by ESPN to be on First Take and shit.
who is portraying it?
These are facts I'm
Who?
talking about, Gil. Go look at the murder rate in Memphis, Tennessee.
We can look at the murder
You look
rate
up everything else. Go look up
So
the
you
murder
think
rate
if
in
he
Memphis,
was in a
Tennessee.
different market, this would be handled differently?
Yes.
I don't. I think it's a culture
I
thing.
do.
Like I
It's a culture
said,
thing
it's a
and the
culture
city. Yes,
thing.
all of it is.
It's
Right, so if he
music.
was like
It's
in-
music. It's influence.
City, it's-
all of that.
Yeah, so if he was
Young
somewhere
dog,
else,
biggest thing in Memphis, nigga, Joe is, dude, Joe Gotti brother gets shot. It's dog.
All
It is
that.
a real thing down
I
there.
understand.
Right?
I'm like, why are we?
Who else? Someone pulled out the gun yesterday too, right?
I don't think it's fair to him.
Who pulled
but
out
it
the
is
gun
what it
yesterday?
is.
Who?
Huh?
In the game?
Somebody
Yes.
put out a real gun?
No. Somebody did the gun.
Brzezinski, I think.
Cool. He plays in Golden
And he
State.
ain't getting. They actually said
he
it.
ain't
They
never
said
been in trouble.
Ja got fined $22,000 for just he ain't fined nothing.
No,
He ain't never been in trouble
Did he
before.
get? Did he get?
See? Cool. He ain't never been in trouble. What the fuck that got to do with anything? What does that have to do with this? This is what I'm trying to say. I always wondered why they was coming at Ja any kind of way, right? So right now, my man Marcus is in the chat. Marcus said, shaking my head, Ja Morant's stupid. He got in trouble for doing it against his contract. He got arrested for brandishing the gun on IG Live. Ja Morant lost the privilege. I don't know nothing about no. I don't remember him getting arrested. I think you're just making that shit up. He signed a contract meeting the standards and regulations of the NBA business model as an employee. He has no business. And he's not being targeted or being treated unfairly. Bruh. Marcus, you such a fucking conservative douchebag that it don't make no sense, bro. There is no ban in the NBA for doing a finger point with your gun, a finger gun point with your fingers, bro. There is no rule. There is no standard, no regulation, no rule, no nothing in place that says you can't pretend like you shooting a gun after you score a basket in the NBA. That does not exist. And that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about whether or not he had a gun in the club or whether or not he had a gun in the car. We're talking about what he's doing on the court, which ain't hurting nobody. That's what we're talking about. TK said they tried to make him a poster child for the NBA, and his dumb ass is squandering that. Bro, didn't you hear what was it Anthony or was it LeBron? One of them recently said, why would you want to be the face of the NBA? All the goofy ass shit. See, y'all just a bunch of fucking company men. And they got y'all also sold on this money trip. If the dude is worth $50 million right now, if he never played another game of basketball in his life, he's straight. Generational wealth is $5 million. This nigga straight 10 times over that. So what are we talking about? Who gives a fuck about being the face of the league? He got 50 million. Michael Jordan worth $1 billion. What's the difference to you? In all honesty. Now you'll try to sit and say, yeah, Mike can afford a yacht. That's my point. He ain't doing Michael Jordan $1 billion. He ain't doing nothing with that $1 billion that's changing black folks' lives or changing the United States as a whole. So what the fuck difference does it make if you become the face of the league and have the most goddamn money? If you still ain't gonna be shit but a nigga. What the fuck are y'all talking about, man? This shit is weird to me.
Warren.
He ain't never been in trouble.
That's his point. He never been. There ain't no back. It does.
Wait,
Just like Draymond. We
is it
just
only
talking about the Draymond
they
shit.
ban all
He has
of
a
it?
reputation.
Or only for Ja?
It ain't even. They told him be careful.
Stop.
I think they should just be like, no more.
To all
everybody.
I
No,
agree. Just
everybody.
point out somebody because
I
Everybody
agree,
stop
but
it.
somebody has to be the fucking poster child for it.
If this is what you're gonna do, just stop it all.
Somebody has to be the poster. Absolutely.
There's
That's just like
5
the NFL
million
did.
celebrations
That's like
on
the
Earth.
NFL said. They didn't say
Stop
CeeDee Lamb, you can't do this no more.
Right.
They said it's banned.
Everybody.
they got to
So
ban it.
I'm with it.
Ban
If
it.
You see what I mean? Remember, I told y'all to remember in the beginning, Kenyon Martin said, yeah, it's okay for them to single him out and say he can't do it and everybody else can. Now he's sitting his ass here saying, yeah, no, they should make it to where nobody can do it, right? The NFL did it with CeeDee Lamb. They ain't just saying not CeeDee Lamb. They said nobody. Nigga, you said it's okay for them to target him. It's okay for them to say only he can't do it. You said that. And if you want to say, oh, I made a mistake, then maybe you should use that mistake to learn how to shut the fuck up sometimes. You overtalk people and say too much. Gil about to call him out for that shit in a few seconds. Just be fucking talking, bro.
If you're gonna stop one, let's stop them all from doing it.
Because they look like they're picking on
let's stop
Ja.
them all.
No, they ain't fucking picking on him.
They are picking on
He gave him
Not
ammunition.
picking
They
on
are.
He gave
You
them
gave him-
bullet.
but he
He
still-
literally gave them the bullet. He gave them the
So
bullet.
they picking on him. So they
So
fined him
there's-
75 for nothing.
Because they're picking on him?
Did they find him $75,000
Did they
for
give
nothing?
anybody the
No.
warning? Did they give Pazinski a warning?
They gave Buddy Hield.
Why
a job
did
warning.
they
Why did they give
suspend
him
Ja?
the warning?
Why did they suspend Ja Morant?
Why did they give Ja the warning?
Because him and Buddy.
No,
Hield.
no. Why did they give him the warning? Fuck Buddy.
Buddy, yeah. Why did
We
they?
talking about
Buddy.
They already
Ja Morant.
told him
Why did they
to
give
stop.
Ja?
Why did they give Ja
They
Ja
already
the-
told
Because
him
if
to
it's
stop.
no, why did he give him
Because
a warning? Because
He has a history.
because he has a history.
So exactly.
So why not Buddy? Buddy
He
don't have a
he
history.
He don't have a history
But he got a warning.
He doesn't have because he did it with the guy
that has history.
that has the
You
history.
see how you picking and choosing what you want?
No.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
Not until
First
they
time,
not
a first
until
time
they-
offender,
If-
a
Not
first
until they
time
ban it.
offender,
They
Gil.
gotta ban
Me
it.
and him in the car
gotta
to
ban
get
it.
pulled over. I ain't never been to jail. I'm a first time offender. Kenyon is gone because he done been like, yeah, we gotta take him.
If you don't,
I ain't
if
been.
you don't like
They need
it,
to focus.
If you don't like one person doing it, then
Hypothetical.
just ban it for everybody.
I agree. I'm saying yes,
Yeah. I
But-
don't know why they're not doing that.
but that's not the
'Cause they're
case.
trying to make
They
an
will
example.
eventually, but
They're trying to make an example and it's not working.
the
So what are they
person-
going to do?
well,
Well, Kenyon
He-
saying they
It's a sad day on earth when the woman is sitting on the panel out thinking you niggas. For something that should just be super simple to understand. It's not even that hard. If you agree that it should be outlawed for everybody, then you have to agree that they're picking on Ja. The reason why is because if you have an issue with it, soon as you seen Ja do it, instead of saying the league is fining Ja Morant $75,000 for his gesture, you should say the league is outlawing said gesture. So now players are being told this gesture is outlawed now. If you do it, maybe on the first time, you might get a warning, but on the second time, $75K. Third time, $300K. Whatever they're going to do to tax you. But they not doing that. They just busting Ja upside the head. And Ja is saying, man, fuck y'all in this league, bro. I'll take my $50 million and get the fuck on then. If I'm not worthy enough for you to leave me alone, you already using me to paint a negative imagery of black men with guns. If I hold the gun by holding it at the barrel with two fingers, the white boy hold the gun by holding his rifle and shit. We both holding the gun a certain way, but he holding his in the shooting position. I'm just holding mine like, hey, I got this motherfucker. This might not be what you want. But it's only a problem when the black dude is holding the gun. Marcus, what's up, bro?
What's up, conservative douchebag reporting in? What's up, Beanz? How you been?
Chilling, bro. What's up?
What's up, man? Listen, I just want to give some proper context. First of all, I don't agree with a lot of the refs nowadays in the NBA. They're finding anybody for anything. They can't play no more. I don't think the fee should be as high as what he got, $75K, maybe $25K, maybe $20K, whatever. That'll be lower that shit. But I came from it from a perspective of Ja, just be smarter about certain things you do. Like, I get it, the whole brandishing a gun isn't an illegal thing. It's just a gesture. But because of what he did already in the past, if I was his agent or manager, I'm like, just do something else to kind of talk shit back in a different way where you can still be effective if you want to. It's just the optics of it itself. And, Ja Morant was going to be pushed to be like the next Allen Iverson of the NBA, but now Shea is, from OKC. He's kind of getting what Ja had. He's having that light. So I think just that itself, that's where I was kind of coming from an overall business perspective, but also if I was like his agent or manager type thing, or just think about it smart. And the other guy, you find him the same way, you're going to find them both the same way. Or just like you said earlier, just give him a warning. But it didn't end in fists. It didn't end in fucking fighting or some shit. It didn't end in someone brandishing a weapon. It's just They were talking shit to each other, having each other up, in my opinion.
So, TK, I don't know if you know this, but according to some of the other bigger content creators, I ain't gonna say no names, Angerman, you're not supposed to disagree with people in their own chats. So time yourself out. How dare you give another perspective other than mine? Now, TK said, Ja embrace being the face of the league. Ant-Man never has and doesn't get the same scrutiny. My point is why you caping for him when he's making his own dumbass decisions. I'm not caping for Ja. If you replace Ja and put somebody else in there, I'm going to have the same take. Because like I stated at the beginning of the show, to me, I think this is just another case of them trying to demonize the image of a black man with a gun. That's what it comes down to me.
But is it that though, Beanz? Or is it just that sometimes the choices that we'll make is ourselves though?
Bro, here's my question. If we ask the people of the NBA, are they against the Second Amendment? Will they say yes or no?
They'll say no.
What is there to talk about? If you okay with people having guns, then why you tripping?
Wait a minute. So are you taking now a conservative douchebag talking point and claiming it yourself now? Can you be fair to put yourself in that? Okay.
No, because I don't even like guns. But what I'm saying is you have to be consistent. If you are a proponent of the Second Amendment, then why are you demonizing this particular cat who has guns? Why aren't you getting behind him and saying, hey, he has a right to own guns like everybody else? Right? So even if you said, think about it like this. On ESPN, Stephen A and them don't get to sit there and just cuss. But when he on his podcast and when he on other people's podcasts, guess what he be doing? Filth, foreign filth. Emma Effa, Bees, all kind of stuff. So what's my point? They still just gave the man $100 million contract. Even though when he on his own terms, on his own social media, he be cussing up a storm. But Ja Morant, what I'm saying is when he's on the NBA time, when he's in the NBA locker rooms, he on the NBA court, he not brandishing no weapons. But when he on his own time, hey, look at my weapons. The only logical explanation for this is because of the fact that he's a black man. They have been and always will try to demonize the image of black men with guns. They did it with the Black Panthers. They doing it again now. Period. Now, here's the bigger point though, and the reason why I'm making it is because now the motherfucker ain't even pouring, he's not even brandishing weapons. He's brandishing fingers. He just doing this kind of shit after he make a shot. It ain't like he just walking around the court and pointing at people and shit, random ass motherfuckers in the audience, random ass people on the bench. It's after he made a shot. He's a shooter, right? We know what he's saying and what he's thinking, and they trying to make it bigger than what it really is. And that's the problem. That's the problem. I don't got nothing to do with Ja. Like I said, you can replace him with the next person. I'm going to have the same take.
They not trying to make an example. He's put himself in the example position. They not making.
So it's just like
he did that shit.
It's just like the Shaq and the Fool shit, right? It's like the Shaq and the Fool shit with JaVale, right? But he picking on me. No, he not fucking picking on it. You was giving him the material. It's the same thing with Ja. You're giving them material.
But the only reason why I'm saying they're picking on him is because they don't
No.
like Ja doing it.
No.
They're not saying that they don't like
If
the
he didn't
gesture.
get caught-
period.
already
They
got
don't
in
like
trouble.
Ja doing the gesture.
didn't get caught-
But if they really felt so
This is
passionately
three
about it, like how
incidents.
y'all were talking
But if
about
you don't
it,
like the
promoting
gesture-
violence and all that, and you don't
We're
like the
saying yes,
gesture,
Gil.
then you ban the whole
If
thing.
you don't
We're
like the
saying
gesture,
yes.
yeah.
Right.
So
I
don't
agree.
just
We
But
wouldn't
I'm
be-
still
just
saying
don't- we
because
don't
they
mean
have-
not
But we
picking
wouldn't
on
be
him.
here. We wouldn't be here if
They
it
are
wasn't
picking
for
on
you.
But we are.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't.
So Gil was
I literally, you know why I
Give
say
him
that
ask you a question,
bullshit?
Gil. Give him ask you
I
a
literally watched the Olympics.
Get him ask you a question.
We
Gil.
watched the Olympics.
I have a question for you.
This man did this. The whole fucking world did it.
Okay, let me
it
ask
was
you a question.
fine then.
Get him
But
ask
if
you a question.
Ja would have did it during the same period, you got white little kids doing it.
Yeah.
You got Asian
And they
kids
trying
doing
to stop it.
pointing the gun at people.
So let me ask you a question, Gil.
It was fine.
So was they picking on you when you took your ass out there and did this? Was they picking on you?
Who?
The
No.
fucking league.
No.
Was they picking on you?
No.
Why? You gave them the material, right?
Yes.
So
Because I had an aggressive.
Wait, no, I got you. I
had an aggressive
Wait.
gun
Doesn't
thing.
matter.
It does matter.
Gil, was
It
the
does-
public?
They just made Gil's point. The dumbest thing you could have did was use Gil's situation, because that's the point that he was arguing before, is that Ja ain't been in no altercations. He just been showing the gun. It wasn't no fight, no scrummages, no none of that. Hey, I have guns, my nigga. This might not be what you want. Right? Tell her ass, Gil.
It does matter.
But did the public feel that way?
It doesn't
Did the public feel that?
They wasn't picking on you. You gave them the
Did the
material.
public feel like they were picking on?
I had a pup. This was between
You
me
gave
and
them
another
the
person.
material.
This is an aggressive
If you would
action,
and
right?
This wasn't.
That we talking about
That
this.
wasn't. No,
He
I
talking
was
about
that.
mocking. I was
Aggressive
mocking them.
right?
But what I'm saying
But he
is they
said
weren't
he
picking
asked
on
him,
me.
was they
I'm
picking
saying
on
my-
you for doing that?
I'm saying my gun
Was
issue
they picking on-
itself was an aggressive act.
My question.
Jaws thing wasn't aggressive. It's no different than anybody else. It wasn't an aggressive act.
But he's talking about the second thing. He's talking about the second thing. He's not saying that.
Answer
But
my
you're,
question.
but you're
What
going
they
off.
picking on you?
If I don't have
They
the
picking on you?
aggression,
But were
No.
they picking on you?
Was
No.
the league picking on you?
no, I purposely did.
But you gave them the material.
I
Yes or no?
purposely did it.
But you gave them the material. Yes or no?
Yes.
So therefore, they were not picking on you. So
I didn't say they were.
John gave them the material.
They're picking on him.
No, he gave them material.
You're asking me. I'm telling you, were they picking on me? Fuck no.
And he gave them the
Are they
material.
picking on him? Yes.
How?
I'm the only one that was in the situation.
How?
How were
Because
they?
mine wasn't a.
He trying to explain to you, if you would just shut the fuck up. Damn.
aggressive act.
How?
Meaning
You
we had a problem.
So you brought
I brought I brought it to the gun.
But after
that
the
was
problem,
a problem.
yo,
Did the
after
gun
the
have bullets in
problem,
it, Gil?
you came back to the team, right?
No, did-
After the problem, and then you did this.
There was a
And
problem.
then you did
Are
this.
y'all even trying to listen?
Yes,
If not, then
yes.
I'm cool. Y'all
We hear
won.
you. No,
Y'all
there's
won.
not about winning.
There's no winner.
It's not a
no
winner.
winning about
Because y'all not trying not to hear nothing.
No, we hearing you.
Because if you're asking the person
He's giving them
who was in
material.
the situation first, and I'm saying with me, they did what they supposed to.
And they doing the same
with
thing.
him, it's wrong.
How?
Because
how?
Because it's
Tell
not
me
the
how.
same.
How?
It's not the same.
Because you're saying it's an aggressive act or not an aggressive act. It doesn't matter if it's an aggressive act or not.
He did
He
it.
gave them the material.
Yes.
Everybody's giving the material then. Plazinski gave them the material.
Does he have a history of brandishing a firearm
In
already?
public. Twice.
Yes or no?
Twice.
Everybody else does too.
Oh.
Do they have a
I
history
know.
of brandishing a firearm in public?
Twice.
But again, him banishing the firearm, what did it do? What was it for?
What was what for?
Him bringing the gun. What was the crime?
It was no.
Sir, of course it was.
Stupidity.
Of course it was
Stupidity is the crime.
Stupidity.
Stupid.
It was no crime.
And why was
It
it
wasn't a crime. And
Right. So now y'all arguing it was just stupid. So it was stupid. So therefore, because it was stupid, then it makes sense for them to unfairly treat him or target him. If you don't get the fuck out of here. Now, I was trying not to call niggas coons when we was just on This Might Be Risky. I was trying not to call niggas coons. I'm about to call these niggas some coons right now. Because they just trying to make any fucking excuse for the league to unfairly treat Ja. You not necessarily addressing what he is saying. He's asking you, what was the crime? You said it wasn't no crime. So then that means he didn't fucking do anything wrong. That's the point. How is it wrong for me to hold a weapon? It's not. That's the point. And they not addressing that shit at all.
In the state he did it in Colorado, there was no crime.
But yours wasn't a crime either.
Yes, it was.
In the state,
yes.
you're not allowed to
That's why y'all are not listening.
Exactly. Checkmate. They not listening because they just too busy trying to side with the NBA because they want jobs, right? Again, he just told them here's one of the crime. Yes, the fuck it was.
Stupidity. Stupidity is the crime. Stupid.
It was no crime. It wasn't a crime in the state he did it in Colorado. There was no crime.
But yours wasn't a crime either.
Yes, it was.
In the state,
yes.
you're not allowed to.
That's why y'all are not listening.
I know you're not.
What he did was no crime.
Okay, we agree with
He
you.
is under every law like everybody else. It wasn't a crime when he did it the first time. Wasn't a crime when he did it the second time. So technically, what he did was no crime for you to even be picking on him.
We're not saying
for doing something everybody else is doing.
So if it was a crime that he did,
then yes.
No, why does it have to be a crime to do something stupid like hold a gun in public? Just because it's not a crime don't mean it's not stupid.
So you can go hunting and that's the
of course they is making the dumbest argument ever. This dude McCants, man, he makes some of the stupidest fucking arguments I've heard in my life. Just because it wasn't a crime, yes, nigga, that's the point. Why are you trying to tell me not to do something that I can do? That don't even make any sense. It's not a crime, which means there should be no real reason why you don't want me to do this. Anything else you try to name, pissing outside, that's a crime. Having sex outside in front of everybody, that's a crime. What else you gonna try to name that people literally do? That may not necessarily be a crime, but might not, the NBA might not want you to do it out loud. Most of that shit is gonna be a crime. That's what he's trying to tell you. The man ain't commit no crimes. He ain't do nothing wrong. All he was doing was practicing his Second Amendment right to own a fucking firearm. And y'all working with the white man to demonize him for it. This shit is dumb.
They can. You can go to the gun range as well.
Exactly.
It's legal. It's legal. Where he was, have a gun, it's legal. Yes.
Yeah, he did.
We're telling, but that doesn't.
But if everybody thinks it was not.
Don't mean it's right.
It don't mean
it's right.
And that's why it's.
I thought legal's right, illegal is wrong.
Right, and y'all saying he's dumb, which means that's why you're picking
Say that
on
again.
him.
Huh?
Say it again. You thought what was what? And what was what?
Legal is
If
right.
I have a gun right here and I'm in a legal state,
It's right.
it's right.
So what are we talking about here? Who said he did anything? Who?
That's what I'm saying. That's why
you want to bring the law into this because you want to be fucking right.
And that's moving the goalpost.
You want to bring the law in this because you want to be right.
See what I mean? This how you know he was right when he was said them niggas not listening to him. Because from Gil's very first argument was he didn't do anything wrong. That was his very first argument. His very first argument is that he didn't do anything wrong. Y'all want to argue whether or not it was stupid or not. He never argued with that. His argument was that he didn't do anything wrong. So it ain't moving the fucking goalpost, retard, because he's been making the same argument the whole goddamn show, which is that he didn't do anything wrong, which is why he has the argument that they're picking on him. We don't like that you did these other things, even though they're not technically wrong. Now you're not doing those things. You're doing this other thing, which is nothing like that other thing that we condemned you for, and we're still nitpicking with you about it. That is the absolute fucking definition of unfair treatment. It don't get no more picking on than that.
We talking about the gestures, no crimes.
No one has said they committed a crime. You brought that up in this conversation.
Okay, so if
we're talking about with him,
his
the
antics.
NBA antics, and what led up to them finding this boy $75,000. This, that, and the law. We're not talking about any crimes being committed. He can have a pistol all the fuck he wants. He lives in Memphis, Tennessee. It's legal. Yes, all of these things. If he took it on the road with him, his fucking business. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't work for him fucking self. He works for someone. A major $1 billion, $1 trillion entity over here.
That's picking on him.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
So was the NBA picking on me when everything after my flagrant 2 was a flagrant 1?
Yes.
Fucking no. I gave them. I fucked people up.
They said
But
stop
again,
fucking
another-
people up.
Stop
Stop it.
Another aggressive act.
I flagrant
He didn't
foul
do
somebody else
anything
again.
aggressive.
It's a flagrant not for
Lexi, do
somebody
you
else.
have to do something
They
aggressive
don't
for you to
pick-
get
they wasn't picking
penalized
on me.
for it?
Yes, you retarded ass nigga. This is the point that they've been making all fucking show long, is that Ja didn't actually do anything to anybody. He didn't do anything. That's the point that they've been trying to get y'all retarded ass niggas to accept and understand. He didn't actually do anything. That's the point. And here you come making an example of you being aggressive, punching people and folding motherfuckers up on the court and using that as an example to compare to a nigga that didn't do nothing to nobody. This shit is retarded.
Yeah, you're treating that as an
Yeah,
aggression.
he got
They
penalized
wasn't
already.
picking on me.
Move on. They already
And you
penalized
keep doing
him.
it.
Doing what?
Doing what?
You
He
keep
didn't get penalized
antagonizing
for
the
fingers
action that you got penalized for.
Exactly.
You
You're
keep
trying to
doing the
make
shit
an
like
exactly. You try to make an example.
bad
of
ass
bad
kid
behavior.
You're saying this.
Exactly.
When you shoot and you do it and you do this after we penalize, you're saying I don't give a
So
fuck about your
ban
penalty.
it.
You're saying I don't give a fuck about your penalty.
Right. So
Yes.
ban it.
Even if it's banned, he's still gonna do
But
it.
now if they ban it and he still does it,
What
that's a
happens?
We
different
agree with
conversation.
you.
Penalize
What
everyone.
happens?
And
What's
if
the conversation
everybody
now?
do it, then
Tell
it's
us
I
what
don't
the
think they're-
com-
then I don't think they're picking
Yeah.
on him anymore.
There's a fine for it. If
I won't
everybody else
think
do it,
if they
There's
ban
fine
it
for
for everybody and he still does it, then no. Now you're asking.
But we
for
just
fines.
banned it for just you, and you still did it.
That's picking on somebody.
No, it's not. It's you're not even gonna listen to the total ban if you're not listening to the ban about your damn self.
Do you see what I mean? This motherfucker is retarded. And I don't mean that facetiously. I mean that literally every fiber of the word, this man is retarded. Did you hear what he just argued? Listen to this dumb shit again. Listen to what he just said.
everybody do it, then
Tell
it's
us
I don't
what
think
the
they're-
comp-
then I don't
Yes,
think they're picking
yeah.
on him anymore.
There's a fine for it. If
I won't
everybody else
think
do it,
if they
There's
ban
fine
it
for
for
it.
everybody and
Yeah.
he still does it, then no. Now you're asking.
But we
for
just
fines.
banned it for just you, and you still did it.
That's picking on somebody.
No, it's not. It's you're not even gonna listen to the total ban if you're not listening to the ban about your damn self.
Man, I swear to God, bro. I'm
Oh my God. Oh my God. Nigga.
put his motherfucking ass in the detention, man. This shit is crazy, bro. This shit is fucking crazy. Like the fact that he is just talking, he not even listening to what he's saying out his own mouth. Nigga, the problem is that you're only doing it to me. That's why I'm not listening to it. That's the problem. If this shit was for everybody, then I wouldn't feel targeted and I would be more inclined to adjust. But it ain't for everybody. You're only saying I can't do it. That's the fucking. Now, I'll say this though. If you are a person who disagrees with something, even if it is for everybody, you might go against it. But you damn sure gonna go against it if it's just for you. Assuming you got a spine. And I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Because when I was in military school, we had basically two uniforms. It was the shorts and the t-shirt, and then it was the jogging suit, right? With the sweatshirt and the sweatpants. Well, they had the uniforms assigned, right? So like you would be there for a certain amount of time, and then they had it like for a specific day and weather change that we would go from the shorts and t-shirt to the sweatshirt and jogging pants. Well, this one day we got up, we out there 5:30 in the morning doing PTs. It's cold than a motherfucker outside. I'm talking about cold, right? And I'm like, yo, why we can't put our sweats on? Well, those are set to come on such and such day. Yeah, but it's cold today, though. Like, that's cute. You might say we can't wear them to this day, and on that day it'd be hot as hell. But right now it's freezing. Well, right now it's not the time for you to wear them, core member, and blah, 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 blah. You got it, fam. Pew, I walked off. Went back to the barracks, went to my room, got in my bed, got under the covers, and laid the fuck down. Like, oh, what the fuck y'all think this shit is? Then, of course, motherfuckers come to my room and shit, grab me up. You know, what you doing? Ooh, blah, blah, Skippy. I'm trying to explain this shit to him. Like, look, I don't have no problem with getting up. I don't have no problem with being out there. It's freezing, though. I ain't come out here to get pneumonia, man. We literally have sweatsuits right here. Why give them to us if we can't put them on when we actually need them? That don't make any fucking sense. So they take me down to the little dude who ran the shit. He asked me what was going on. I explained everything to him, played my case. Of course, I got read to riot at, you know what I'm saying, you know, disobeying orders, all this other shit. But guess what? The next morning, we had on fucking sweatsuits. Fuck, nigga. I'm telling you now, I'm not going out there freezing my ass off in these little ass trunks. I'm sorry. Not when I got sweatsuits right here to put on. So that was a rule that was for everybody, and I still chose to break it. But it was unjust, and I chose to stand up against it. But if they had just said, you, the only one that don't get to wear sweatsuits, well, of course I would have fucking protested. You got me bent, homie. I bet you I'm finna wear my sweatsuits, right? It's the same thing Josh saying. If you are, apparently he's a fan of guns. I'm not even no big fan of guns. Don't really like them at all. But apparently he's a fan of guns. So either y'all cool with the Second Amendment or y'all not, NBA.
Well, at least give him the opportunity to not listen to the total ban instead of picking on him and making him go in defense mode, which is what he's been in all year.
See, it takes for a woman to understand that, right? Because niggas is retarded. But it takes for a woman to understand that that's what you're looking at. You're looking at this young kid being rebellious, aka in defense mode. He's being rebellious. Right after y'all talk shit to me about this, the next game I'm out there and I do the gesture 2 more times in the first quarter. What the fuck y'all gonna do? Get rid of me? Some part of his contract got to be guaranteed. Multiple websites reporting he already worth $50 million. The only reason why $50 million ain't enough money is because you got a bunch of other blood-sucking ass motherfuckers who have an expectation for you to take care of them. Other than that, he could lead the NBA right fucking now. Bye. Fuck y'all. Move to another country where it's cool at. Set his family up with a few million. If y'all run out of this shit and don't do right by it, too bad. I'm over here. I don't even want to be around these motherfuckers no more.
They put a dress code in for us, right?
Here you go. This the checkmate. These niggas don't even know how to debate. He just brought in an argument that's going to checkmate them. He just brought it in. You heard what he said, right? Listen,
mode, which is what he's been in all year.
They put a dress code in for us, right? When I was in league, when we was in league, they put a dress code in.
Suits.
Right? Sport coat, casual, business casual is what they call it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Must.
Must.
Right?
Okay.
And there was one guy who they tried to make an example out of.
Yeah.
One guy.
Right?
One person.
But they made it league-wide.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
League-wide.
Were they picking on him?
Yes. No, because they made it league-wide. What if they were like, you have to wear a suit, everybody else to wear regular clothes.
So
you're getting picked on.
But they didn't do that. They put it league-wide, right? So if they make it league-wide, there's no issues here. So there's a fine for it.
Well, then you're picking on them.
Checkmate.
Unless you're finding everybody, unless you're giving a warning. If they came out with Brzezinski got a warning today.
Look at him. Look at that look on his face. Checkmate. Goofy ass nigga. Checkmate.
Unless you're finding everybody, unless you're giving a warning. If they came out with Bazinski got a
checkmate. Yeah, you set yourself up for it. Dumbass. You set yourself up for it. Trying to make this stupid ass argument that Ben lost 20 fucking minutes ago. You could have been conceded this shit. All they had to do was say, damn, this might be problematic. Hey, listen, Ja, that shit you just did, yeah, we just announcing right now, nobody can do that no more. So we're going to need all y'all, none of y'all don't do that, okay? This your first time we seeing you doing that, or we calling you out for it at least, so we ain't gonna tax you no bread, but just don't do it no more. You been warned already, so next time you do it, taxation. Anybody else ain't necessarily been personally warned yet. They might get another warning, a personal warning. And then after that, if they do it again, taxation. This is not even hard. You niggas make this shit more difficult than it have to be because y'all be trying to toe the line for the white man. And I'm saying the white man because that's who fucking owns the NBA. You niggas want to be accepted so much by a league that you're not even in no more. You want to jump on the bandwagon of shitting on John Morant so bad that you're not thinking this one through. Checkmated your damn self by bringing up the suits. Let's listen to it again.
Right?
One person.
But they made it league-wide.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
League-wide.
Were they picking on him?
Yes. No, because they made it league-wide. What if they were like,
you have to wear
a suit, everybody else to wear regular clothes.
So
you're getting picked on.
But they didn't do that. They put it league-wide, right? So if they make it league-wide, there's no issues here. So there's a fine for it.
Well, then you're picking on them. Sorry.
Unless you're finding everybody, unless you're giving a warning. If they came out with Bazinski got
don't apologize, sis. Don't apologize. This nigga is just a goofy. He wrong. He can't accept it. Right? Period, point blank. He can't muster up another fucking argument right now, which is why he's making this fucking face and shit and being quiet. Right? Any argument he presents right now is going to sound like a dumbass. He fucking knows it. No way around it. Period, point blank. Soon as they said, only you have to wear suits, everybody else can wear what they want to, check. Mate. I'm talking about checkmate.
Checkmate. Got a warning today.
You gotta find all the finger guns. Find them all. You get a fine.
A very passionate conversation about finger guns, but we asked the chat, is the league unfairly targeting Ja?
Showing up with the shit on. Was they picking on Chuck when Chuck just said, "I'm not wearing a suit"?
So
until I go to the funeral, you'll never.
So therefore, what the man did was send him a blank check, right? So if once it's banned, if he want to continue the behavior, send him a check.
Fine me every time I do it.
Continue to do you. That's fine, young man. Listen, we're not telling you in it. We're telling you don't fucking cry when they hit you when pockets. That's all.
Yeah, that ain't what you was just saying. So you can stop lying now because us intelligent people heard what you were saying, right? But here's the thing, though. If he can afford it, oh well. It was some people who thought Jordan was crazy for taking the fines for wearing the color shoes he wanted to wear when they first made his Air Jordans. And they was like, if you wear those shoes and they don't have this specific color on it, then it's gonna be a problem. I think it was white. They wanted to force the shoe to have some white in it. And if it didn't have white in it, it was gonna be a problem. I can't remember exactly what it was, but then Nike chose to eat the fine for him. Nike said, fuck it, we'll eat the fine. Every time he wear the shoes, we'll eat the fine. So he could wear the shoes that he want to wear. Right? So, I mean, if he feel like he can afford the fines, let him do what the fuck he want to do. It is what it is. But the point that you just now gladly trying to move past is the fact that he's the only one. He didn't start finger pointing in the league, but he's the only one being targeted for it.
They told you not to do it. And don't fucking bitch and complain when they fucking fine you.
And we not picking.
Oh, when they suspend you, ain't nobody fucking picking on you.
He just told you to do some shit, you didn't do it.
That's all. It's like a badass kid.
Yes.
I told you to go fucking clean your room.
touch the
They
stove.
said you can't do these anymore, and then you watching the entire.
It told you
team
I
do
got
the
in
same
trouble
thing.
for it though. They
But I
didn't.
already
You
served my
purposely
punishment for it.
No, you haven't.
So we think the rules are different for everybody. We think the same shit applies to everybody.
This is so stupid.
Fact.
What did he get suspended for?
Conduct
That
detrimental.
Now that becomes my problem.
Conduct detrimental to his team or the league rather.
And then you keep doing the same thing that you got suspended
Detrimental,
for.
not gun, right? That's
Continuing
done in
to
public.
do.
No, I'm not saying that. He didn't do it.
But he did it. You fucking retard. Watch this. What did Ja Morant get suspended for? Ja Morant got suspended for brandishing a firearm in an Instagram live video. Right? Now, he's finger pointing after he makes a basket in the game. You see how that's not the same thing? I fucking hate you niggas. I really do.
Brandishing two firearms was a part of
He didn't do
why
anything
they
illegal.
said the conduct was
He
detrimental.
did not get suspended for pointing finger guns
So
in
what
the
does
game.
this look like? Does this look like I'm trying to put a gun in my hands and pretend that I have guns? Am I pretending that I have guns, Flex? Okay, thank you.
So we asked.
Nowhere near the same thing. I like the motherfucking Jordans you got on, but you're a dumbass. TK said, I get the point. He is being scrutinized, but as his employer, they have that right, and he get paid enough to act right. Act right, huh, TK? You just letting the conservative douchebag come out today, huh? he get paid enough to act right, or like you said, take his money and bounce. Yeah, I take the money and bounce. Go to the motherfucking big three. Is the big three even still happening? I feel like I ain't heard nothing about the big three in a while or some shit. They probably not, since they didn't give the girls a big three. Fucking feminism. Shout out to Crystal Clear in the building. Shout out to my man B Sammy for coming through with the Cash App on the support side of the game. We are an hour in, and we're about $8 away from where we should have been for the first hour, which means we probably not gonna get to the second video. It's sad. Salute to B Sammy, man.
You owe you some money? Here you go. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm tired of that. It was so disrespectful. You done hit me in my mouth with some goddamn money.
That's the chat. Is the league unfairly targeting Ja? 48% said yes, 52% said no. Let's talk about some positive, though. In addition to multiple finger gun sallies, Ja also came through in the clutch. Let's take a look at that.
Okay, so like I said, my final thought, they definitely unfairly treating Ja. He's definitely being picked on. This shit is all about demonizing the image of black men with guns. Let's do this. How did California change its laws to combat the Black Panthers? So, in response to the Black Panther Party's armed patrols and their protests at the California Capitol, California enacted the Mulford Act in 1967, which banned the public carrying of loaded firearms without a permit. Do you get it now? Do you see what I'm saying? Shit was all good till the black people started doing it. This is the same thing. What's the white boy out there in Minnesota? Jokic. If Jokic was hitting the three and was running down the court doing finger pistols like pew, 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 nobody would be saying a fucking thing, bro. And these niggas know it. That's the sad part. They know it. They're admitting that this shit is because it's job. And they still don't have a problem with it. That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. That's how backwards we've gone. Right? It's way more house Negroes than it is field Negroes at this point. And that was the plan, I'm sure.
Hit that like button, and hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell, and leave a comment to trigger YouTube's algorithm.